It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And in just a moment, we'll hear from our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Brook Lopez.
I'm not surprised that his block averages have fallen off the past few seasons. He's at that point of his career where it's tough to meet the physical demands of this game.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball is out there with White. Then there's Grant Williams. Then it's Plumlee, and it's Connaughton in at the 3 slot. And for Chicago, Brook Lopez is out there with Isiah Hartenstein. Then there's Williamson. Then there's Thomas, and it's Larson in at the 2 guard. And although it's still early in the season, Greg, what kinds of storylines have caught your attention so far?
How the All-Star voting is shaping up. All-Star appearances are mentioned on a player's resume, especially when they retire. So these guys want to be one as many times as possible.
Thomas against Ball. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Thomas.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
Outside, White. Connaughton against Williamson. Outside, Ball. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
And the Hornets miss again.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Lopez, a screen on Ball. Thomas goes in. And here comes White, leading the fast break. And White slams it in.
Oh, hustling up the court. White takes advantage of that uneven floor spacing.
Thomas with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Stolen by Ball. Fast break now for Charlotte. Pass to Connaughton. Williamson against White. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Thomas, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. White, wide open. He fired. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
You see right there, White can be a dangerous 3-point shooter.
Thomas. And it's Williamson missing. Charlotte in the lead. And Greg, we know he's a fearsome dunker. But Zion Williamson also has a soft touch.
And that's a great point, Kevin. He can finish in every way. Either hand, through contact, off balance, on the run. A natural gift for converting around the rim.
2 on the clock. Here's White. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And so Thomas will bring it up for Chicago. So GA Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And without a doubt, one of the greatest small men we've ever seen. Zeke possesses the skill and determination to just take over a game at any point.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Williams a screen. Ball with the bucket.
Making it work in close. Ball getting an agile finish.
Thomas, last game with 30 points. Pass to Larson. That's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got his third assist on the night.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's White. He has 5. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Zion Williamson. Putting up about 18 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you look at his huge role in their offense, a major contributor as far as putting up points.
He's just a natural scorer and someone this offense leans on to help shoulder the load and lead the charge.
Thomas passes to Williamson. Back to Thomas. Floats it up for Williamson. Connaughton finds Ball, and he's good on the 3 ball. Ball's got 5 points so far. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
There's Ball with the 3. Out to White. Launches a 3. The putback. It's good on the putback. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Now, here's Thomas. He's averaging almost 31 points a game right now, an extraordinary figure for any player to post. The kick out to Lopez. Pass to Larson. Shot clock at 6. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Here's Thomas. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And to get open is Hartenstein. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Williamson.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Ball with the bucket.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jump.
Now, here's Thomas. Pass to Larson. Ball against Thomas. Kicks it out to Williamson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, LaMelo Ball is a playmaker, first and foremost. He said, I just start off the game trying to get my team involved, get the flow going. After the team's going, I try to get mine. If you get the team involved first, more pieces going, it just makes the game easier. Back over to you, Kevin.
A great passer. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Chicago with the ball, following the bucket by the Hornets. White against Williamson. Pass to Larson. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Williamson's got 3 assists in the game. Now here's White. 7 points in the game. Right side, Ball. Over Thomas. Misses off the right iron.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Trying to get open is Lopez. He gets it in there. Thomas got 6 points.
And though Thomas is great from the perimeter, he has a toughness and a willingness to go in amongst the trees and kind of mix it up. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
White finds Plumlee. Ball against Thomas. To stop the run. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Back to Williamson. And Williamson throws it down.
Goodness. I mean, we feel those slam dunks shake the floor.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And some changes here for the Hornets. Salon's checked in, and it's Knipple in for Pat Connaughton. Knipple with it. He had 15 points last outing. White the pass the ball. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. 9 points in the game so far.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Christie. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. To the middle, Thomas finds Edie. Plumlee with the rebound. For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against the Pacers.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
The bench production was huge, no doubt. A testament to how well prepared this coaching staff is for these tough road games.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Charlotte moving it around. Here's White, and White slams it in.
And at 6'5", White can definitely get up and finish. He's got some sneaky athleticism.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Pass to Edie. Trying to find Vanderbilt. Gets it to him. Jones the pass to Thomas. Here's Vanderbilt. 5 on the clock. Here's Edie. He's guarded by Plumlee. Shoots a fader. Edie can't hit. Hornets trail by 4. Outside, White. Now, Knipple. Here's Salon. He has yet to score. Here's White. And the 3 off target. Chicago leading by 4. Outside, Thomas. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
They played pretty solid basketball, but a few miscues is all it takes to turn a win into a loss, especially against a good team.
Now Jones, following the miss by LaMelo Ball from deep. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And Chicago leads by 6.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And it's Ball, that time on the assist by White. Ball's got 11 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Thomas. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
For Chicago, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. That free throw good from Thomas. Hornets trail by 7. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
That's 4 turnovers out of them already. Sloppy play in the early going.
16 seconds left in the first. Now here's Thomas. Defended by Mann. Pulls up on the elbow. Another shot. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Chicago, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Chicago?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Jared Vanderbilt out there with Edey. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then there's Christie, and it's Jones in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Knipple. No scoring in this one. And Knipple slams it in.
Yeah, the more we see Knipple, the more I think he'll drive it.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded closely. Jones, no luck.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
And with that, the Chicago lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Mann.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Edey finds Jones. Right wing, just 3 to shoot. Inside. Here's Knipple. Defended by Christie. Dinwiddie with the steal. It's Jones on the wing. To the wing right side. Dinwiddie outside. And again, no good by Chicago. Pass to Diabate. No good with the triple.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Here's Jones. Stolen. Now, Mann. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Here's Salon. Charlotte moving the ball around. Knipple with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. A three-pointer off the mark. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
Just a definition of combo guard. Dinwiddie with a great pass that time.
And a timeout call. By Charles Lee. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Nurkic checked in for Edey. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
And you look at Lopez. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more. And as we get closer to the three-point contest, once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
It's always a plus when Nurkic makes an impact defensively.
Great D that time from Nurkic. Pass to Christie. Lets the three fly, and it's Connaughton with the rebound. Connaughton's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Christie kicks to Jones. On the wing, Dinwiddie. pass to Nurkic. On the wing, Christie. Drills the three-pointer. And Chicago leads by 8.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the three.
Back to Ball. Chicago grabs the miss. Vanderbilt's got rebound number 5 here tonight. On the wing, Dinwiddie. He's covered by Ball. Jones from outside. That shot misses. Hornets trail by 8. Here's Knepel. A three-pointer, no good. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top 4 generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow. If we're talking traditional point guards, I mean, I got to go Magic, Isiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson. When you see him out there, Knepel's frame is impressive, especially for his age.
Here's Dinwiddie. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by Knepel.
And doing a great job of finding his teammates, just making some highlight reel passes these past few weeks.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
A long, versatile guard at 6'5". Spencer Dinwiddie can play the 1, shift over to the 2. It gives you scoring and playmaking.
Trey Mann, he's checked in for Ball. Hornets trail by 8. Now Knepel. Man in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Man gets the bucket. Mann's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Chicago making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. Chicago leading by 6. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Man, and that one is stuffed right through.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Thomas. 13 points in the game. Loads it up for Williamson. It's stolen. Here's Mann. He's guarded by Thomas. And the wide open shot from Connaughton. Sinks the three-pointer. And now just a 3-point Chicago lead. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Larson with the bucket. Larson's got 11 points.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Knepel with it. Thomas covering. Man passes to Plumlee. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Thomas against Connaughton. Stolen by Thomas. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Thursday and then on Saturday.
Man, look at what Team Z.
And looking at
look what the bad boys got for you. They got Shaq, they got Jordan, and then they got Olajuwon.
Take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
First free throw is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Kobe White, he's checked in for Trey Mann. Hornets trail by 6. Pass to Knippel. Off target from three-point range.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Nurkic finds Thomas. Nurkic setting the pick for Thomas. Driving to the basket. And here is Connaughton. He has 5. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Williams passes to White. Back to Williams. It's stolen by Hartenstein.
Good anticipation defensively. See the pass coming and manages to snatch it. Run it.
Thomas. And no good that time. White with the defensive effort. So, Richard, when you look over Mason Plumlee's career, he's made a bunch of stops.
7 different teams during his first 12 seasons. But he is a big man that has a lot of desirable assets for so many teams.
Here's Thomas following the 3 by Charlotte. Here's Williamson. Williamson double team. Pass to Larson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Clock at 4. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
And a chance to check out the numbers for White. He's putting up about 21 points per 5 assists and 3 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
He's someone you can rely on to bring it on a nightly basis. When they need a basket, he's the guy they turn to.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
And that's the baby-faced assassin. Thomas, he'll smile at you and then he'll cut your legs out from under.
Pass to Knippel. Back to White. Connaughton against Williamson. Williams has a screen for Connaughton. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Chicago leading by 3. Outside Thomas. And he drives in. The wide open look here for Lopez. Had the space there, but it's offline. Pass to Plumlee. Now Williams. From the arc. Chicago grabs the miss. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Thomas. Here's Larson. Shoots over Knippel. Larson with the bucket. And it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Now here's White. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Knippel. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Knippel's got 7 points for the quarter.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Outside Thomas. Now Hartenstein. Here's Larson. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. 41 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Knippel. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Chicago, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Thomas against White. Here's Larson. The 3. Here's Hartenstein. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Here's White. Can't hit from 12. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Chicago leads by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Howdy, folks. I know you've all been clamoring to find out how the Rookie of the Year race is looking, and we are not letting you down. This Rookie of the Year race has been fun. Solid draft class.
I think these kids have it easy, Ernie. My draft class, 87, it was stacked.
Yeah, that's right.
And looking back on the first half of our game, it hasn't gone according to plan for the Charlotte Hornets.
A few things for them to focus on. More presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
And maybe the guards need to crack back, get in there and help out.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Isiah Thomas having a dominant impact in this game.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steal.
Not only does he have solid defensive instincts, he just plays extremely hard. And I know people might not realize this, but that is a skill, and it is very difficult for the opposition. It is a recipe for disaster.
On the court for the Hornets, White is out there with LaMelo Ball. Then it's Plumlee. Then, oh my goodness, what a play!
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
Ball against Thomas. Outside, Ball. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And it's Connaughton missing. And here's Thomas who brings it up for Chicago. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. The kick out to Lopez. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Lopez has got the lead up to 9 now for Chicago. To the middle. Here's Ball. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And he can carry a team. We've seen it from Ball before, and we're seeing it again.
Williamson a screen on Ball. Thomas, a beautiful reverse layup. Thomas got 19 points.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Outside Williams. Back to Ball. Knocked away and stolen by Thomas. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Their execution after halftime has been excellent, making their first 4.
White looking around. Plumlee sets the pick for White. To the inside. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Clock at 6. Here's Plumlee. Lays it up and banks it in. Plumlee's got his second basket of the night.
That's just smart basketball right there. Finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
Lopez outside. Fires the 3. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Connaughton's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's White. And it's sent back by Lopez.
And we have seen Lopez really improve his shot blocking. Adept at using that length to alter shots.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That's good from Connaughton. Both shots good from the stripe. Chicago leading by 9. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Thomas, a screen on Connaughton. Williamson with it. Williams picks him up.
And you have to admire how hard Zion plays. It makes defenders nervous and forces them to overcommit.
And he's just had one attempt at the line early. Edey's checked in for Chicago. And the second free throw, good.
And when he's healthy, Zion is a force, an athletic freak who makes an impact on both ends.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Thomas against Ball. Outside White. Now here's Connaughton. D right on him. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Loads it up for Williamson. Plumlee with the steal. Outside White. Pass the ball. Connaughton sets a screen for Ball. That 3 off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Thomas dishes to Williamson. That's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Pass to Connaughton. Back to Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Get up, LaMelo. These Ball brothers get blocked.
Ball against Thomas. Williamson outside. Thomas a screen. Williamson, the pass to Larson. Kept alive. Edey. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Edey's got the lead up to 11 now for Chicago. Ball against Thomas. The kick out to Williams. Nailed from three-point land. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now, here's Thomas. 21 points in the game. Here's Williamson. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Pass to Connaughton. Back to Ball. Down low from 7. And the shot is good. The Chicago. The lead has been cut back down to 8. An important basket there from Plumlee.
And the passing Ball displays night in and night out is impressive. He takes pride in his ability to facilitate.
Now Williamson. Williamson double team. Lets it go with the 3. Sinks the triple. Edey's got 7 points in the game.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Thomas against Ball. Pass to Plumlee. Edey with the steal. Thomas with it. Inside. And Williamson throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Pass the ball. Shoots the three. Tries again. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Edey picks one up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
And the Hornets making a change here. Knippel's checked in. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. The NBA understands its future is electronic. Commissioner Adam Silver said the vast majority of people consume us through media, not in person. Our social media audience is the highest of any league and continuing to grow exponentially. So there's no lack of interest in this game. Back to you.
It is a beautiful thing. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. 6 on the shot clock. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Here's Thomas. Mr. Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Baby, it is showtime. Here's White. Here's Knippel. Buries it from three-point range. Knippel's got 10 points.
Quite simply, you need to run Knippel off his shot. He's too good with the catch and shoot.
Pass to Vanderbilt. And here is Williamson. He's defended by Connaughton. Thomas passes to Christie. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And checking out some numbers for Isiah Thomas.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Herbert Jones, he's checked in for Chicago. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Knippel with the basket on the assist by White. White's got 6 assists in the game. An efficient score, Kobe White effective with or Greg without the ball in his hand.
That's a rare quality. A guard who can break you down off the bounce, but also willing to give it up and then zip to an open spot. It just makes him so difficult to defend.
Pass to White. Connaughton with the screen on Christie. That one goes in. 11 points in the game. Enzo Thomas will bring it up for Chicago. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Now Jones. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And that's Knippel with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Some changes for Charlotte. Josh Green comes in for Grant Williams. And it's Trey Mann in for Pat Connaughton. And Edey has it in the corner. Connects from three-point range. Edey's got 10 points in the game.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Pass to Knippel. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Chicago leading by 15. Christie the pass to Vanderbilt. Now Thomas. He's got 23. Back to Edey. Shot from the wing. They get the rebound. Over in the corner, Christie. Outside Thomas. 5 to shoot. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Thomas got 25 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
On the wing, man. Defended by Jones. There's the triple. Chicago grabs the miss.
He's not making much of an impact from deep. His sole three-pointer came in the first half.
Right side, Thomas. Kicks it out to Jones. Off target with his 3. Hornets trail by 17. Here's man. He has 6. No good from the low block.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Thomas uses the glass to finish the layup. Thomas got 10 points here in the second half.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working, getting inside, and getting good shots from close range.
Well, Knippel projects as an elite shooter whose range and quick release make him a constant threat.
Up top, Edey. Got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Isiah Thomas has been on display for Chicago. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Herbert Jones. Then there's Christie. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Kicks it out to Jones. Over Green. And it's Jones. That time on the assist by Nurkic. And Chicago leads by 18.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Pass to Nurkic. Ball's knocked loose. Back to Christie. To the inside. Just his first attempt. Bank shot. No good. Hornets trail by 15. Now here's Ball. And the layup's good off the glass. Ball's got 19 points.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Nurkic. Double team on Nurkic. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Vanderbilt. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Dinwiddie outside. Out to the wing. Nurkic in the post. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Christie. Here's the 3. And again, no good by Chicago.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Outside, Green. Here's Diabate. Man in the corner. But Trey doesn't go that time.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Dinwiddie outside. Outside, Jones. Here's Nurkic, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Nurkic has got his first bucket of the night.
At 7 feet, getting in Nurkic's way this close is hard to do.
Pass to Knipple. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Now, Nurkic. Top of the key, Christie. On the wing, Jones. Pass to Christie. Dinwiddie hits to Nurkic. To the paint, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Chicago making some changes. Brook Lopez is checked in for Nurkic. Hartenstein comes in for Vanderbilt. And Thomas subbed in for Dinwiddie. Mason Plumlee's checked in for the Hornets. And it's Ball penetrating.
And there's that athleticism. Man, does Ball get up fast for that one.
Ball against Thomas. Hartenstein with a screen on Ball. Clock at 6. Here's Thomas. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Thomas got 12 points in just the second half. And Ball gets double teamed. Pass to Plumlee. Knipple wide open and he fires. Misses the 3.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
One heck of a crossover there. Thomas got 4 this quarter.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Thomas, that's good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Ball from long range. Chicago grabs the miss. Hartenstein's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And here is Thomas. Christie with the screen for Thomas. To the middle. Stolen by Knipple. And they're moving it up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And as we've seen, Greg, navigating this age of social media can be difficult for an NBA player.
Yeah, a momentary indiscretion can get broadcast to the whole world. So there's a need for caution that's probably higher than in decades past.
Williamson is checked in for Herbert Jones. Crosses over. Thomas dishes to Williamson. And Williamson throws it down.
Just a smooth, clever playmaker. Isaiah keeping his teammates involved here.
Plumlee with a screen on Thomas. White against Christie. And blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. Here's Thomas. Down low. Hartenstein. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And Chicago leads by 17.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Williams looking over the floor. Ball from long range.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
They set a physical tone early on, and they're being rewarded for their efforts.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
And Ball is a proven distributor. He's got a real talent for spotting the cracks in the D.
The kick out to Lopez. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And it just seems that every pass they made is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Connaughton. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
Lopez left side. Plumlee with the steal. Ball up top. Thomas covering. Mr. Williamson got a piece of it. Tries to keep it alive. Ball against Thomas. Lays it up off the glass. Ball's got 10 points here in the second half.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open three, that's the key to efficient offense.
Outside Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Can he keep it going? Good as the jump shot falls. Thomas got 8 points in the quarter.
Oh, keep feeding him. This man's on fire.
Outside Williams. Pass to White. Plumlee with a screen on Christie. White the pass to Plumlee. Charlotte moving it around. From deep. Williams. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Thomas. And let's not forget, RJ, you were second in the Rookie of the Year voting. I haven't forgotten it. But when you go back to that time, what was the key in your adjustment process?
Well, one thing that really helped me out is I played 3 years of high-level college basketball. Most rookies don't get that experience, and it makes it a little bit harder for them to transition to the pro game.
Now Williamson, and another assist for him. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. And now it's time for a presentation of the player of the game, Isiah Thomas.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Pass to Hartenstein. To the middle. He's looking for Williamson and finds him. White with it. Isiah Thomas covering. For the finish. And he capitalizes on the breakaway, laying that baby in.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
And this is why turnovers give coaches and fans gray hairs.
Here's Lopez. And the layup is off. Ball against Thomas. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Hartenstein.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
That free throw missing. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
4 on the shot clock. Outside Lopez. And he does not hit. Hornets trail by 18.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Chicago.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And, guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Isiah Thomas.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
They set the pick. Knueppel with it. Thomas is on him. Green. Lopez with the block. And they're able to recover. And Thomas, here we go. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Isiah Thomas.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this game with 1985 Isiah Thomas taking on the Charlotte Hornets tonight. As you can see, the bad boys now move ever closer to trying to catch Team Chamberlain, and they're now a half game behind them. But don't stop short, because look underneath. Team Larry Bird and Team Jordan are right on their heels, as they're only a half game out of second place to catch them for that, and one half game behind Team Chamberlain all the way. So as we can see, the playoff battles have already been etched in stone here going the rest of the way. The Cavaliers, the Knicks, and the Celtics are down there. They've got no chance of catching them. Team Chamberlain still in it barely, but 3 games behind. They got a chance, but it's going to be hard, because remember, as you win games, the other teams have already put their lead in, and they're winning games. So it's going to be very, very hard to catch up unless you win a lot of the mutual. The best way to do it is to make sure you win as many mutual matchups as you can. But Team Chamberlain's already lost. Team Kareem has already lost 3 games to Team Chamberlain already. And I think they've lost 2 games to Team Jordan. So, but having said that, there's going to be, for the bad boys coming up here, they're going to be playing Team Shaquille O'Neal out west coming up, and then Team Jordan again for the 3rd time this year, a game that they need to get because they've already lost to Team Jordan twice. So that tiebreaker is still there for them, because they'll play Team Jordan 2 more times, one here and then one after All-Star break. If they can somehow find a way to tie it up, that will at least keep them at bay for a tiebreaker situation should they match out at the end of the season with the same record. Then after that, they got to play Olajuwon, a Western Conference team that will wear them down. So it's going to be a tough stretch coming here for the bad boys, to say the least. But that's their story. Let's go ahead and move on and see who's up next on the Daily View. And speak of the devil, it's actually Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will be going out to the Garden to play the New York Knicks. Yep, that'll be the next game coming up here on the series. And let's take a quick look. We just saw their standings. Let's go ahead and get them highlighted. Get them. There they go. Team Chamberlain desperately needs to win as many games as possible so they can get out of that position because, in my opinion, that fifth spot's going to be that's a death position because if you go to the playoffs there, you're guaranteed to basically play another legend team in the first round, and you won't have any home court advantage. So, and on top of that, too, you run the risk you might even fall. I mean, I don't see it happening here, but you could potentially fall into a play-in tournament situation. I don't think that's going to happen, but the risk is there. So Team Kareem needs to continue to win games as many as they possibly can because Team Larry Bird and Team Jordan and Team Chamberlain and Isiah with his team are pretty much the class of the series right now. They got the best records in the NBA. As you look out west, Showtime has a record of 23-4. 23 wins would even get you the top spot right now. So they're in a pretty much the weaker conference, clearly. Let's take a look here at Team Larry Bird. Team Larry Bird right now, as you can see on the right-hand side in the middle, have won 17 games in a row. They started the season off 5 and 6. Or 6-5, excuse me. And they lost their first 2 games of the season. And since that time, they have come roaring back to get into this. So it's been crazy with them. Go back and check. If you missed any of their games, you can go find them all in the NBA Legends in the Modern Era series playlist on my channel, all there in chronological order. And make sure you read the description area so you keep up with the game stats and the game storylines. Each game has its own storyline or stat tracking to keep you up to date with what's going on with each individual player and each team. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing set up for Kareem. The next game, that goes live. Don't know when it'll be. That's why it's important to go ahead and like, subscribe, so you're there when it goes live. And yeah, there it is. They'll be going into the Garden. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, master of the skyhook, going up against Karl-Anthony Towns, master of the three-point shot. Who's going to win it? Inside, outside, it's best, guys. Don't miss it. I'll see you soon. Peace.